cannot be just understood very easily. You can't just read the Qur'an and try to understand the Qur'an. You know, many times I tell non-Muslims, they tell me, I read the Qur'an. Yes, reading the Qur'an is good. However, if you read the Qur'an by itself without a book or something that is a commentary, something that explains the Qur'an, you're probably going to end up making false assumptions and false conclusions. You can't just come and read the Qur'an and try to derive exactly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to tell you. Because the Qur'an has various levels. There's there's general verses, there's specific verses, there's verses that are, intended for a specific event. There are verses that are intended for it's setting down a general rule. So you have to be very careful how to understand the Qur'an. And this is the verse that talks about how you have to be very careful when taking the Qur'an. Allah says in the Qur'an, هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات هن الكتاب. This is in Al Imran. Allah says in the Qur'an, He is the one who revealed down the book, the kitab upon you. In it are ayatun muhkamat. In it are verses that are the foundation of the book, the principles. Hunna ummul kitab. They are the mother of the book, meaning that they are what carry and embody the overall message of the book. Wa ukharu mutashabihat. And there are other verses that are ambiguous. There are other verses that are not so clear. And then Allah says in the Qur'an, فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ زَيْغٌ. Those who have diseases in their hearts, فَيَتَّبِعُونَ مَا تَشَابَهَ مِنْهُ ابْتِغَاءَ الْفِتْنَةِ وَابْتِغَاءَ تَأْوِيلِهِ. And those who have diseases in their hearts, they follow it to bring fitna, to cause problems in society, to bring people away, to bring people astray, and to give their own tafsir, and then وابتغاء تأويله. And then Allah says, وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَأْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ. And no one knows the true interpretation of the Qur'an except Allah and the rasikhuna fil ilm, and those who have been given the knowledge, those who understand the Qur'an. Who are the rasikhuna fil ilm? The Ahlulbayt alayhim salam. They are the ones who understand the Qur'an. Of course, now the way I'm reciting it like this, there are some Muslims, they'll come and they'll say you're reciting it wrong. Because I recited it, this is how I recited it, just pay attention. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَأْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ. And no one knows the ta'wil, the true interpretation, except Allah and the rasikhuna fil ilm. What some reciters of the Qur'an, they say, this is how they recite it. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَأْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ. And then they take a pause. And then they come and they say, وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ كُلٌّ مِّنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا. It changes it. It kind of changes it. However, because we have narrations from the Ahlulbayt alayhim salam, we have a hadith from the Ahlulbayt that say we are the rasikhuna fil ilm. We are the ones that have been given the knowledge. We are the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala endowed us with this knowledge of the Qur'an. So we recite it like this. So you could recite it both ways. There's different types of recitation, but this is one type of recitation, and the meaning is that the rasikhuna fil ilm are the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Is that clear?